Here is a 2024 Audi RS7 Sportback Bronze Edition in a special black exterior, and this is only one of 125 units for the US only, in which you only get 50 examples of the RS7 Sportback. So it is pretty special, and you get 75 of the RS6 Avant. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, and I'm going to explain the package that you're getting. All of the increase in horsepower and torque that Audi has put in the RS6 and RS7 this year. You're getting 30 horsepower more and 37 pound-feet of torque more because they have enlarged the turbos underneath the hood. The front is going to get the matrix LED headlights and daytime runnings, which is one of the best light shows in the business. I have a reels where I'm showing the RS6 Avant and the RS7 Sportback, this one, next to each other. Just check it out if you get a chance. Black optic package will blacken out everything in the front. For the single frame grille, the Audi rings blacked out. That's another different package. The Bronze Edition, that's going to configure us not just with exterior stuff, but we're gonna get to what the best part of that Bronze Edition unlocks. Starting with these 22-inch wheels, it's a 285/30 on all four corners, which is crazy. Just think about how much money you're gonna spend maintenance. Just kidding. Because if you're spending over 160 grand, you don't care about that. You want raw performance. And that's what the Bronze Edition does. It unlocks 174 miles per hour instead of the governed at 155. Now, underneath the hood is what is really special, because it's still the 4.0 TFSI bi-turbo V8, but they've increased the size to these turbos to produce 621 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque paired to the 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, in which Audi is claiming you're getting 60 at 3.3 seconds. The brakes to this is also insane. You're getting a 10-piston caliper in the front with the RS badging in black, ventilated, slotted, with a 16.5-inch disc reading for the front, 14.6 inches in the back. Now, in some reviews, I explained that I used to have a pizzeria. I had several of them, and when I'm thinking how big that disc is, I get it. The vehicle weighs a little bit more because the Audi Quattro system is also one of the heavier four-wheel drive systems, but you got the stoppage, the spoiler, carbon fiber inlays, the side view mirror, taking it into the splitter, and on the lower trim in the back. RS Performance Sports suspension for the front and the rear. All-wheel steering, which helps give us a near or right at 50-50 weight distribution, because the rear wheels will turn about 5 degrees whenever you're taking some of the bends or if you just need to get in and out, because this is a longer vehicle. And the Bronze Edition adds the RS Sport Suspension Plus with dynamic ride control, RS Sport exhaust system, which is insane. So it's not just aesthetics, you're getting a little bit more performance. So when you're thinking, well, the package is nearly $28,000, and I get it, there's only 50 of this example in the United States. But when you start adding some of those performance bit to the RS7 Sportback, you're still going to be spending anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000, in which you're getting a special edition vehicle. Now, the rear wing can be manually adjusted up or down, and when you get up to speeds over 60 to 80 miles per hour, it's going to deploy to help with downforce. LED taillights, and you get the Audi light bar that's going to be underneath the Audi O-rings. The lower is getting your traditional RS exhaust outlets. They're oval. When you're thinking about the price now, yes, it does top to near $170,000. It's a lot of money, but you're getting a lot of vehicle, in the sense of, if you're thinking about a Lamborghini Huracan, you're getting only a few tenths of a second slower 0 to 60 in this, and you have room for 5 and more cargo capacity. So if you wanted to take a drive to Miami, I live in Tampa, you can do that, or you could just go on a weekend and take this to the track and enjoy the performance underneath the hood. Power release going into 25 cubic feet of storage. Because it's a hatchback, you have a long opening. You get a little bit of a lip right here. You can move this up so you'll have a little cubby with a 12-volt charger. Underneath the floor, it's a touch of storage. It's really just for your fix-a-flat and your subwoofer. Split fold the rear bench. You have to go into the back in order to do it. That's one of the cons right off the bat. You can't do it here. And when you're in a hatchback, make it a little bit easier because the RS6 Avant, you can do it. I understand it's at a hatchback. It just would make life a lot more easy. It's going to increase the cargo to the Sportback. This is a V8 twin turbo. We need to go inside, start up so you can hear that exhaust note. Leather wrap seats, heated, ventilated, honeycomb in between, RS badging, manual cushion extensions, memory for the driver. Headroom and legroom. The RS7 Sportback is a hatchback, so you're gonna have a lot of space in the interior. We get the carbon inlays that go into the dashboard, gloss black materials that's going to surround the Quattro that is in the satin aluminum. Ambient lighting will surround everything. Heads-up display, leather wrap for the dashboard, the center, and the armrest on the side. This is the executive package with the soft closed doors. 10.1 MMI touchscreen for the top. We have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM AM FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Put it into reverse, 360-degree reverse camera, full trajectory. When you click onto the 3D, we can expand this out. So look how many more options you have to see all around this insane twin turbo V8. Put it into park. On the lower is going to have an 8.8 inch. It's derived for your climate control, heated ventilated seats. Push here. And that's going to be for the rear seats. To raise and lower the wing, just simply touch that button right there and you can adjust it manually. I like that we got the driver mode select here, so you can click it onto the fly, which has comfort, auto, and dynamics. And you have your RS1 and 2 mode, which you have the button right here, so you can tailor it the way you like. Leather wrap steering wheel, 3-spoke, flat bottom, RS badged, the paddle shifts, and a 12.3 digital gauge cluster that can go through an array of information. You can expand it out to make it bigger or smaller. You can see your audio sound system, navigation, and the Bang & Olufsen sound system. Check this out. When you push it off, it's going to go inside.
Your mobile device is still in the vehicle.
And when you start it, it's going to deploy. Alcantara headliner. The carbon comes into play, satin aluminum with more ambient lighting. Soft to touch. A long storage pocket and a cubby for the driver. Auto dimming rear view mirror and a moon roof for the front. For the back seats, headroom, still not too bad for our Sportback. And leg room, and this is in the position I'd be sitting. Storage beyond both of the front seats. Dual climate control in the rear. Heated rear seats, USB ports, 12-volt air vent. And air vents on the side with hangers. Cup holders, storage, and an armrest all in between. The door is going to have the same materials that's found in the front, satin aluminum. You get the badging, soft to touch, just a smaller storage pocket with the flask holder. Sliding into the center, you do have the hump, so you will be sharing some feet space, but it's not so bad because this is a wide vehicle. But butt and shoulder space is going to be a little bit more tight. The same thing for headroom if you're over 6 foot tall. 621 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. Look at this thing. It's on point. Stopping, you can do so. You get the exhaust to filter in. I would just leave it in dynamic mode pretty much all the time. And what you're getting as a package is actually pretty good for this bronze edition. I get it, it's nearly $28,000, but when you're considering it's a special numbered vehicle, and they have everything from the exterior and even interior components that's special. It's pretty good. You don't have to worry about changing anything for the suspension layout. 3.3 seconds is 0 to 60. So like I was saying on the exterior, you could take this thing all over as a normal drive. It's gonna be a little bit more rigid than I would say an A7. And even the S7 is not going to be as athletic as this, but the seats are still comfortable and they breathe well. That's gonna take me to some pros and cons, and starting off with the pros on the RS7 Sportback Bronze Edition. All of the package itself, you already know I'm a fan of it. This is actually my favorite variant that Audi makes because you have a lot of room in the interior. I can personally fit everywhere in the car, and you have a ton of cargo because it's a hatchback. And it still has a mad amount of horsepower and torque underneath the hood. 30 horsepower more, 37 pound-feet of torque more. It's a lot. And when you're unlocking 174 miles per hour, I've been 155 on a track, and man, it is freaking crazy when you're going that fast. And you don't feel any lag with this vehicle. Look at this. It's so much power that it basically hops. I mean, it is insane, but it does stay planted. So if you are thinking it's gonna hop like a Hellcat Red Eye, that's not the case. I've driven the RS6 Avant, and I like it too. It's the same power, same engine. Just when you're getting into the Sportback, it's just something a little bit more special because it still looks like a sedan on the exterior. And if you want to drive on the everyday, you just flip it into comfort, and it's one of the most quiet vehicles in class comparing to anybody. You would have to spend right near $200,000 on a Porsche to get some of the same performance that you're getting with this. The big problem that I have is you have to option things like soft closed doors, the leather for the center, the side armrest, and the dashboard. Just when you're already at these prices, I feel you should just be giving it to us. This upgraded headliner, luckily we have the Bronze Edition because it includes it. Otherwise, you're gonna spend probably $1,000 for that. So it does become a bit of a nickel and dime thing, but it is hard to say a lot of negativity about the RS7 Sportback because it gives you a lot back in total value. I personally would option this and this particular spec. I wish that they offered a cabriolet. You can only get that on the S5, in which power is going to be one of the least in class compared to BMW and Mercedes and that 0 to 60 number. So that's why if you want that sweet spot look, you're not looking for a wagon, you tick the box for the Sportback, you get the sedan look, ultra quiet like a library, upgraded sound system, and all the amenities you need with performance. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise, website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Audi of Tampa for giving us this 2024 Audi RS7 Sportback Bronze Edition for our car review.